Well, welcome back to the Smith and Burke Show. He's Smith, I'm Burke,
It's true.
and this is our good friend.
It's true.
So introduce yourself. Who are you?
My name is Matthew Young.
Matt?
And I'm a Young.
He's a youngin.
You are young.
Youngest one in the room, I believe.
Yeah, by a little bit.
Youngest one on the podcast.
Young-
Well, wait.
Gavin?
March.
Gavin does have a March birthday, doesn't he?
So yeah, you are the youngest on the podcast.
My birthday's February.
Congratulations.
Oh, happy birthday.
Heck, oh yeah.
It's coming right up. Wait, is that today? No, it's next
No,
week.
There's no way.
Pretty soon though.
Yeah, it's next week. And what's the last four of your social? Sorry. So anyways, we wanted to have Matthew on the podcast. He's been a longtime friend. Honestly, we started kind of creating content around the same time, not together,
Yeah.
Separately.
separately.
We don't know who started first. There's been ideas, but
There's been myths.
there's been myths. There's been legends.
I don't think we've ever settled that. Whoever started making videos first, have we?
I'm gonna try and take the crown here independently, away from Caleb even.
Yeah, because it was
I
your
had-
thing before
yeah.
it was our thing for
I-
sure.
Really?
I was taking videos of myself in my room at like the age of like 6 years old. So I don't know if you got anything that predates being 6.
I'll have to
Well, let
check.
me know.
He might have been 6 when he started, but we were like 9, so there was
That's
a little
true.
bit of a gap there
Yeah.
being because how old are you're?
How young are you?
You're 21 now.
I'm gonna be 23 in a couple weeks. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
man, time was by, but
20.
then
I
I'll
know.
be 25. So, right?
Ugh.
Yeah, you'll be 25 too.
Yeah.
Woo! Quarter of a century.
Yeah. It's fine.
We're off to a great start.
It's fine. Yeah, honestly, it's been an eventful 25 years. It's been an eventful 22 years
Of course.
for you.
Of course.
I mean, you're 22. You can fly a plane
I
You
can fly a
can
plane.
teach other people to
I
fly
can
planes.
teach people how to fly planes.
That is weird.
at 22.
Yeah.
What were you doing at 22?
You know, I don't even know. The same thing I'm doing now. I mean, there wasn't much going on.
Yeah. Were you married?
No, I was married when I was 23.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, I think I was 23 because it was.
Clock's ticking, Matthew.
We're running out of time. We're long past for Zach. He's just got to become a priest now.
Basically.
Yeah, something like that.
It might. I don't know. We'll see.
He'll be the new brother Benedict, I think.
We'll see what happens with that.
So you can teach people how to fly planes. I still will never forget the day I rode across the parking lot with you from Aldi parking lot to Dunkin' Donuts. And I thought I was going to die in that 2-second car ride. And then just a short year, maybe 2 later, you were learning how to fly planes. I'm still yet to go up in a plane
crazy.
with you. Not saying that's the reason. Just maybe schedules haven't worked out yet.
Dude. That was a fun day. That day gets referenced quite a bit in our circle, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
I think Raymond was there too. Raymond?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. What is that something? Was that the real reason you wanted Matthew on the podcast so you could ask him for a plane ride?
I don't know. Man, I don't know. It's not really my thing. I'm okay commercial. I don't know. Going up.
Could you
I'll
fly
have to think
commercial?
about it.
Yeah. Yeah, technically I'm a commercial pilot, and so all that really means is you can get paid to fly airplanes.
So is that when you what is your goal of what you want to do? Do you want to do cargo planes? Do you want to do passenger planes for Delta or American or whatever or do you want to
Yeah.
just teach people and just be the master?
I ideally would be like a corporate pilot job, so flying for a company for example Deere or whatever. There are lots of companies that just own an airplane and you fly their people around to meetings and stuff like that. It really kind of depends on the schedule. I don't really care if I'm flying cargo or people, but yeah.
Does
schedule
that kind of
wins.
thing pay better than if you were just going to be a standard pilot for a regular airline for passengers, normal passengers, or?
Yeah, it varies a lot, but I think like the upper end of an airline pilot's salary, like the top airline is going to probably be more than a corporate salary. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, but it varies. It depends on the company a lot. So
So what's kind of the appeal there?
to be a pilot,
No, to do the.
For Deere or whatever, to be a company pilot.
so it's all about the schedule. So typically a corporate for a small to mid-sized company, that company's basically going to have like the best schedule for you. You may be doing like 2 or 3 trips a month that are like day trips, as opposed to an airline pilot schedule where you're out of town like 4 nights out of the week. And I, like that doesn't sound very fun to me. So
To each their own. We've definitely
Yeah.
seen some things.
We have.
So,
I have my opinions on airline pilots. They know who they are. So.
They know who they are. We know who they are. No, we don't. But that's fine. So, would you say that it was easier to learn to fly a plane than it was learning how to drive a car?
I hope the answer is yes. I hope the answer is yes.
Yeah, learning how to fly a plane was definitely harder.
It was harder. Okay.
It was a lot harder, yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
How long does that
Somehow
take?
I'm better at flying airplanes than driving.
That's
so-
kind of what I was getting at.
That's
there.
a good point.
How long does that take to actually like get your like license?
Yeah, so like the first thing you'll get is your private pilot's license, basically. So that just means you're able to fly airplanes. You can't get paid to fly, but you can fly for fun, basically. And so that can take anywhere from like a couple months to a couple years. You kind of learn at your own pace. I've seen people do it in like 2 months, 3 months, if they put all of their energy into it.
Mm-hmm.
So it just depends. Yeah, it varies a lot. So
Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha. What makes I don't know. I'm kind of losing myself here.
So I guess what is something about what made you want to start? I'm going to stay on planes for a little bit, but what is
Yeah.
something that made you want to start flying plane? Like what drove you to that? Because
Yeah.
I mean, I've never really had that aspiration. I'm just kind of where I am. I've never sat down and said, I want to do this. I know why. Did you have a major reason, or was it just something that just sounded interesting?
Not really. There was never like one like defining moment. I kind of just fell into it where I think I was doing like a career test or something, and I think my parents like threw the idea out or something. I was like, oh, like that sounds like cool. Like that's interesting. It's never like I never considered that like career before. And then so we looked into it, and there was like flight schools like in the Quad City in the area, and so I was like, oh, this is like actually like an achievable thing that I can do like at home, and it's going to be a lot more affordable than going to some like big expensive school. Just
Yeah,
what
isn't that crazy?
kind of what everyone thinks,
Right.
and like no one knows that like just about any really medium-sized town is going to have like a flight school or an airport.
Right, because the airport around here, I mean, it's a decent-sized airport, but it's by no means like a large airport. It's not a huge. With Chicago just 3 hours away, that's where most of all the traffic is. So it's kind of crazy that you can actually do it all. Didn't even have to leave your hometown. It's kind of actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, and like just in our area, like how big it is. Like there's I think at least 3 flight schools, and which is a lot.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's something that nobody ever thinks about. And so yeah, I think as far as that career, like the way I got into it, it just sounded interesting. I did like a kind of an intro ride an intro flight where they take you up in the airplane just to see if it still sounds cool to you or not. Some people don't like it immediately. They're like, oh, get me down.
I assumed
Really?
you'd flown before you did that. I mean, okay, you've flown before in just regular flights.
Yeah, I'd flown like on an airline like I think once when I was a kid or something.
Oh, so it had just been like once. So I was like,
Yeah.
your second time up in the air was
Yeah.
when you were deciding, well, okay, so that's pretty cool. It's not like you had flown 5 or 10 times, I guess. I guess with how big your family is, I don't know if that's a feasible thing to have done.
Yeah,
but,
no.
Yeah, I didn't start flying until I started solo traveling. I don't think
Yeah.
I was ever on a plane with my family.
Yeah.
I've flown probably half a dozen times, maybe, and I've been on more flights than that because there was a couple times where, you have the connections and stuff. But I think I've flown at least half a dozen times. When we did our honeymoon, it was on it wasn't a private plane. What do they call it? It was a charter, I think they called it.
Okay.
So we were all going to the same resort, and it was
Yeah.
through the Seed Corn Company. So that was pretty cool because we were the first ones at TSA, like right when TSA opened, we were the first ones. And everybody knew where we were going. It was all the same people going to the same place. So that was pretty cool.
Where'd you guys
Yeah.
go?
It was some place that I cannot pronounce in Mexico,
Whoa.
That's fire.
but yeah, that was
So you know
cool.
it's a good place.
It was through the Seed Company, right?
Yeah.
You said that? Yeah.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Cool. Yeah, I guess I did like a discovery flight. I liked it. I thought it was cool. I just started taking lessons. Just because what else am I gonna do?
Yeah.
And so I started doing that, and I liked it a lot. But I think what really made me like really want to do it is just like working in the industry. So like I've worked at like kind of a larger airport and like a smaller one as well, and just kind of being in the that environment. I guess I just thought it was cool, and yeah,
It is different.
it is. Yeah.
Any other industry.
Yes. Yeah. It's definitely kind of a niche thing for sure.
Yeah, it's like a club.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. And everyone knows everyone. Like
Yeah.
even in like the Quad Cities, or even like like you'll just meet people like in other cities who happen to be pilots, for example, who you know from your little town or something. It's just it's a small community, I guess. So
Yeah, but I mean, you're right. It always, I think not many people think about it because I don't know. It feels gatekept, but it's really not. It's really not. You just apply like anything else,
yeah,
and you get in. But it's so. I don't even know the words.
So I assume you had to pass written tests and you had to pass practical tests. Then is there like certain other requirements? Like I assume you maybe have to be a certain level of physical health, and I'm sure you got to do background checks, I assume, extensively. But other than that, I mean, as long as you're reasonably healthy and can pass the test, there's no reason why you can't be a pilot. Right? I mean,
yeah. Oh
there's
yeah.
no.
I think just about anyone can do it. Like, it's like awesome.
Anyone can cook.
Honestly, I think so.
And it's funny because you're the only person I've ever known has ever done that. So it's just interesting that there's so many flight schools around here.
Yeah.
And it's so not easy to do, but there's no major barriers of entry other than just doing the thing. It's interesting.
I mean, don't be a felon.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I think the biggest barrier to entry is just the cost. I mean, like it's pretty comparable to like a 4-year degree or something.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And there are ways to make it cheaper, and there are ways where it could be way more expensive, I guess. But that's probably the biggest reason people don't do it.
Yeah.
But I think that a lot of people don't even consider it
Yeah.
for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, I think like
What?
when I was younger, I remember like when we would go on vacation and stuff like that. Just like the energy, I'm using my family's experience as like a general family experience, which may not be the case. But I remember like asking questions. We're on vacation, like how does somebody get this like to live here? And then like my parents would be like, oh, they go to school for a really long time, and they knew that I hated school as a kid, and so I'll never live here.
No.
And it was like the same thing as like pilots. I mean, how does someone fly an airplane? Like they go to school for a very long time. I was like, I'll never fly an airplane. Like how do you become a doctor?
Yeah, because you think of to me, I always thought of being like an airline pilot on like the same level of like being a doctor or like a surgeon or something.
Really?
Yeah, that's just the way I always thought about it. Because like, man, you're up in the sky with hundreds of people's lives. Like I get, but then again, what's the difference? The more I think about it, what's the difference between having 50 people on your plane or 50 people on a bus and you're a bus driver, So, I mean, sure, you're up in the sky, but when you really think about it, it's sure you have all these people's lives in your hands, but there's lots of jobs where it's like that, so that's not really...
Yeah, you got your own life in your hand, too, though.
Yeah. Chances are, if they're going down, you're going down with them, so...
That was something, when I worked on the ramp in Chicago, they would talk, like, the rampers would say that. They'd be like, when we'd be talking about pilots, like, well, all I know is I wouldn't want that kind of responsibility. And I was thinking about that. I was like...
Honestly, it's not that bad. I mean, like, again, like, I haven't flown 100 people or anything like that. But in my experience, it's really not bad. I've taken you up and I've taken friends up and stuff, and it's like, I don't know, I'm not worried.
Yeah, it's the same.
You don't want to be worried, I guess.
It's the same feeling as if you were just like driving them in a car, pretty much.
Yeah,
There's no other concern. That's really interesting.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, the more you know about it, the less scary it becomes. Because that's really what like the fear of flying is like you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
You don't know like how this airplane is even flying with the physics. Like most people don't even understand that.
Now, I guess maybe you can tell me if I'm wrong or not. I've always heard that like the big airplanes, like the Boeing 747s and stuff like that, like they can fly. They're made to be able to fly it with only one of the engines. Like if your one engine like blows up and falls off, you can pretty much still fly perfectly fine. Well, obviously you're gonna land anyways, but you can still fly with one engine. If you lose an engine, you're not falling out of the sky. That's really interesting to me. Yeah, because they're definitely over-engineered, it sounds like.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. This is the amount of redundancy that goes even into the little planes that I fly. It's pretty insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the planes I fly are single engine, so I guess if you lost your engine, then
You're done.
you're
man.
kind of done. Oh, you're not done. You know, you never give up, but
Never give up.
at that point, you just land in a cornfield or land on a road, and it's not gonna be fun, but
Yeah.
you know.
You'll make it.
Yeah, you can still try to like glide down or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
You still got
yeah.
wings, I guess. If you lose your engine and your wings, you're maybe a little bit.
Yeah, I'd rather lose an engine than the wings. That's for sure.
I know the first time I went up in the plane with you, it was like driving without a seatbelt on. I mean, I had a seatbelt on, but it
Yeah.
felt like that. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like we can go anywhere. Like we can go anywhere. We can
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
We can go 7 miles in 3 seconds. Not actually, but it felt that way. Like
Yeah.
it was awesome. It was incredible. I actually know a lady who was in a plane crash.
Really?
Yeah, it was in a plane like the one we were flying, one of those little like planes. What are those called?
Like a Cessna 172 or something. That's a pretty common.
Yes. So she was in one of those planes, and she was only like 6 years old at the time. And they literally crashed in a cornfield. And yeah, she was like, I lived. I was like, it was crazy. Everyone lived. They all did.
Do you know
Yeah.
what happened to the plane, like or like why they crashed?
I don't. I was like,
I'm gonna guess they didn't lose their wings.
I don't know.
Yeah, surviving that one.
A plane crash sounds like a plane crash, but you're right. A plane crash could be anything.
So, what's something that interests you on the same level that isn't flying? If we get away from flying a little bit,
Oh, man.
what is something else that
And scene.
That interests me just as much as flying.
Not even that, but like how do you spend your time?
It changes all the time, dude. And it's either, you know, like I'll switch between like certain like video games sometimes. Like right now, it's been chess.
Chess, yeah.
the chess
Super
grandmaster?
interesting, yeah.
He's
Yeah,
not bad. I think he beat me every time, right?
every time.
Yeah, every time.
I know I just said no more flying, but did flying become less
Like chess.
No, I'm just thinking, you say you keep switching. Did it start out as like a hobby, like you enjoyed this, and now it feels like your job, or does it still feel more like, you know, or did it always feel like a hobby versus a job, or vice versa?
He's asking you, how old of a 22-year-old are you?
Do you hate your job yet?
No, I love my job, but it's weird, but it's never felt like a hobby ever because it's always been school and now it's work.
Okay,
You know,
So-
like I have flown for fun, and but most of it is like training.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. It wasn't really ever, you know, a hobby. It was school and then work. So that makes total sense.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the more I did it, the more I kind of like it, the more I want to do it now. So yeah. it's
Nice. That's great. Do you feel like you still learn?
fun. Oh yeah. There's so much I don't know, and
Really?
you learn a lot about your, just like teaching people. Because that's what I do is teach, and so I think that's been the biggest learning curve recently is just working with people and how do you get something from my brain to your brain. You know, that's the hardest part for my current job. So
Articulating.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely takes a special set of skills to be able to translate what you have rolling around up here and being able to spit it
Yeah.
out for another person to take in.
Yeah.
That's a whole different ball game for sure.
Yeah, and everyone learns completely differently. That's probably the most hard thing is like each student, their brain's different. You know, then they're going to receive information and hold information just completely differently. So
Yeah. Because now you're not only just a pilot, but you're a teacher.
yeah,
So you have to learn an entirely new thing. You
Yeah.
know? It's like, I know how to fly, but I don't know how to teach yet. Or maybe you do. I'm not saying you don't, but
yeah, it's definitely the newest challenge that I've
Yeah.
faced. So
you feel like every student is a new challenge.
yeah, they're all just different. I mean, I have 4 students right now, and they're like all like
Okay.
vastly different. I think.
Okay, so did you
Yeah.
just start teaching then?
I think it was July of last year. That's when I started. So yeah, pretty new.
I'm sure it's going to be awesome that day when you finally get the personality type, which is somebody you've already taught. And you're going to be like, I know how to do this.
Yeah, well, I think I do right now. Actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's
and-
only
and
4
it's-
personalities in the world. 3. Maybe.
Yeah, but it's so like communication just so much smoother with someone with a similar brain. Like I tend to like talk really fast, and so I tend to cram
noticed.
way too much stuff into like an hour lesson, for example.
Yeah.
when some people, you have to focus on one thing and do that like repeatedly.
Got
You know.
Got you. Yeah. I imagine like that's how teaching anything is though.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
all teachers have to struggle with that. Teaching in like a classroom with 15, 16 kids. I don't know.
I can't imagine.
You know, I'm sure they got like 26 kids.
I don't know
in
what's
some
teaching's really
classrooms.
going on in that setting. Either.
It's hard. I'm telling you. I know when I was doing that, when I was working with that non-for-profit, I mean, I didn't even have like extensive knowledge in any of the subjects because it wasn't necessarily subjects. I was like teaching kids how to play sports. They say those who can't teach. Those who can't teach gym. So that's where they put me. And I was, it was a challenge. It really was. Because, I mean, me personally, I was like, I just want to make sure everybody's having fun. Because they were kids,
Yeah.
Obviously your profession's totally, as long as they're having fun.
Leave the parachute behind. Let's just have fun. That's all that matters.
It's going to be different. But
Yeah.
I mean, I like to be more, but that's just the people pleaser in me,
Yeah.
to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's a superpower, I mean, that's the best way to teach somebody. If somebody's like having fun and that's their learning style, then that's their best way to learn,
Have you discovered that you have a love for teaching?
Yeah, I think more than I thought I did. Like I really didn't really look forward to doing it, and now that I'm
Really?
doing it, I like it.
That's crazy. Like just knowing you, I feel like that's something you would enjoy. Like just like knowing you, like you get satisfaction off of like being able to help other people succeed.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
I
it's
think
rewarding.
that- yeah, I think that would be. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
So something to maybe get a feel for a little bit more of the kind of person you are. I assume you like Star Wars, right?
I do.
Let's go.
I like
Yes.
Star Wars. I do.
Gavin was here. Us three, we ranked the first 6 Star Wars films, the original trilogy and the prequels.
Let's go.
I would like you to, off the top of your head, list those 6 Star Wars films from worst to best or best to worst. How did we do it? Did we do?
We just went through all 6 of them.
Yeah, but at the end when we gave our ranking, we had to order. I think we did best to worst.
Best to worst. Okay.
Yeah, so best to worst.
And then I'm gonna ask you why, so be ready for that.
Yeah.
Okay. I did watch Gavin's episode, and I think I'm gonna differ quite a bit from his
Really?
his rating. I think.
He was very philosophical about it. The fights had
Yeah.
to mean something.
Honestly, that blew my mind.
They couldn't
when
just-
he said that absolutely blew my mind.
I'm glad you say that because like I grew up obviously it was the prequels all the way through, and so like that was like the heartland for me. I remember, but this is the distinction. This is very important. I didn't get to it on the podcast with Gavin, but this is so important. Growing up, episode 1, episode 2, and episode 3, Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, all on DVD.
Oh yeah.
They were all on DVD. But A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi were all on VHS, and they were literally my dad's from back in the 80s. He had bought them. I was like the original VHS release.
Right.
So, and let me tell you a story about where they were in my house. So, in my house was old. Growing up, there was this like drawer in the middle of the dining room built into the wall.
Oh yeah.
And they were buried under binders in there. So it felt like this ancient, dusty thing.
Break
when
out
I-
the ancient
when I told them about. And
There's
they're
like a
like,
Bible
these
next
are
to
the
it."
first Star Wars movie. Literally, Old Testament, New Testament. Sorry, bigger fan of the New Testament. That's just and even then, only the first 4 books. Sorry, but we're gonna get into that in another episode. But
That'd be
Shots
a good
fired.
one. That'd be a good
Shots
episode.
no, Paul, he's a great guy. Just got
Ranking the
some
books of the
problems.
Bible.
He's fine. He's good. I like him, ish. So there's a that was the distinction for me. So I wasn't thinking of them as like classic movies the same way I would think about like let me just think of some quick examples. like a John Wayne film or something somebody would consider like a classic. Like, oh, this movie is so good.
Yeah.
And that's how they view Star Wars. I was gonna say like the first Jurassic Park, great standalone film, and in a weird way, even though it was like 2 decades after the first Star Wars movie, or
Was
like at
it
the cusp
really?
of, at the cusp of. Because I think Star Wars was like 79, 78, 77.
Yeah.
And then Jurassic Park was in the 90s.
Yeah, I think you're right. Jurassic Park was like 90, 91,
Yeah.
92, something like that. So you're right. There was
Yeah, 93. So
Okay,
Jurassic Park
there you
was
go.
93. So yeah, it was like 10 years apart. But I would put those in the same, like Harrison Ford, same kind of actors. They had that like, and I don't know, they had that. Sorry, let me finish that thought. They had that like more like rugged Western kind of like
Yeah. I
adventurer kind of like masculinity in that sort
Yeah.
of like film.
Sure.
And that goes into like the first Jurassic Park. But like for whatever reason, that's lost with Ewan McGregor and Liam Neeson. Not that
Yeah.
either one is a bad actor, but they don't carry that macho.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, it's almost like there's the older ones. The original trilogy is like a little bit more edgy almost in a way.
Absolutely, is.
Like you'd think the newer ones would be more edgy, but I don't really feel that.
Anakin tried to be edgy. He just couldn't.
He was an edge
He was
war.
more emo than he was edgy.
Yeah.
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 It was like, what was it considered edgy in like the late 90s, 2000s, and then the 70s and 80s?
Yeah, that
know?
is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Harrison Ford's like, I walked uphill both ways to school, in the snow.
Yeah.
And then Anakin and like Hayden Christensen is, he's the.
She doesn't love me.
That's
Sad.
his biggest problem. And I think we talked about that a little bit on Gavin's episode too, about the line difference, But anyways, that was what I'm getting at. So when he brought that point up about the fights actually having symbolism and meaning,
Yeah.
like I remember we were in like a Culver's and he's explaining this to me. And like I was like, oh my gosh, he's totally right.
Yeah.
Like he is 100% right, but I never thought about that because to me, Star Wars was the sound effects of Jango Fett's blaster and the
Yeah, I'm
lightning
sorry.
being absorbed into Yoda's hand and thrown back. That
Yeah.
was awesome. To me.
I never watched Star Wars for the symbolism. It's just not.
I know.
I appreciate that it's there, but to me, it's not what's important. Which is another reason why I'm more of a prequel guy.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that's you though. What impressed me about Gavin was that he's younger than both of us,
Right.
and he comprehended all of that.
Right.
I was like, holy cow, he's right.
Well,
he's right.
That's because in his house, the prequels were in the cabinet in the wall,
Oh,
and
they're
the
probably on DVD.
and they had
Blu-ray.
they had the DVD re-releases of the original trilogy. You know it. He
Yeah.
did not have the original VHSs. He grew up on the remasters.
And Gavin, if you did, leave a comment.
Yeah, Gavin.
let us know.
Let's
if we're
find the
wrong.
comments, Gavin.
I'll go toe to toe in the comments.
Yeah, okay, so ranking them.
Yeah.
First off, I do like the original trilogy better
Okay.
for
Fair.
a lot of reasons.
Me too,
I
at this
think
point.
I think the biggest reason that I like the original trilogy better is that there's mystery. There's a lot that you don't know about stuff, and then the sequels, or the prequels,
Yeah.
the new ones. Nothing's a mystery. Like you know everything now. Like
What if you watched- what
midichlorians,
if
like
you
the Force
watched them- what
is
if
like
you watched
science
them
now.
1 to 3
Like
though?
what's that?
What if you watched them 1 to 3 though? But then where's the mystery? If you watched episode 1, 2, if you've never seen it before and you watched episode 1, 2, and 3 first, is that what you're supposed to do? You know what I mean?
No, that's never how.
What did George want?
Even when
Why didn't he make him first?
Yeah.
Because I believe he said because he didn't have the technology wasn't there. That was his reason. That was his reasoning.
It was there.
That was what he claimed.
Maybe
He
they were.
coulda-
They had the Death Star, the planet, and
Yeah.
the
He was like Jar Jar isn't ready.
I don't know. Even so, it's like the Jedi are a mystery, and like the Force is a mystery, and like Luke is, the son of Darth Vader. Like there's so many mysteries, whereas the only mystery in the prequels is like, what is the mystery? I guess.
Who sent Zam Wessel?
Yeah, but then it gets solved in like the first movie or the second. Yeah, the second.
It starts being solved. It gets solved like 9 times in the prequel.
Well, there's more like mystique, I guess.
Yeah. That's the first episode. Like that's my biggest gripe with the prequels. Is what is the point of the Phantom Menace?
I'm not trying to defend them. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I believe when I ranked them, I believe I had episode 3 in other like episode 1 and 2 were way at the bottom, but episode 3 was up there. I'm an episode 3 guy. Episode 1 and 2 we can leave behind. I just say it's, when you say prequels, I think of episode 3.
Yeah.
That's what my brain.
I'm gonna go on to say episode 3 is the only one that's necessary.
Yeah, I fully agree.
Even though I love Jango Fett.
You could summarize up episode 1 and 2 into like 30 minutes at the beginning of episode 3, and that's all you need. Like if you really want.
Oh, but how would you cram in the mystery
Yeah.
between of who sent the worms, who sent Zam, who sent Django,
The
who sent yeah. It's a whole thing, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
How would you have a Jedi battle? By the way, the Jedis were in the battle. They did not fight any Sith at all. The Jedi battle was literally just Jedis killing droids. It was like 19 Jedi
Yeah.
to send.
Come on, guys.
And we call it the Jedi battle.
Okay, so best. I think my favorite Star Wars movie is Episode 6. I
Hey!
know.
What?
No, Gavin didn't like that one. I'm sorry, Gavin.
I like it. I liked it. So you and me got something in common.
Episode 6 is undoubtedly like episode 3 of the OG trilogy for sure.
I was
I
about to ask you.
This guy, you put it last, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
definitely
Come
between
on.
the Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones.
The
maybe.
Phantom Menace.
Yeah. Okay. Continue. I like where you're going with this.
Yeah,
I
hang
love it.
on. You
There
need
is
to rectify this. Explain to me
I will.
why
I
episode
will.
6.
I will. I'll change your mind too. Hear me out. But
I am open minded.
so in episode 6, that is basically just the episodes 4 and 5 just lead up to episode 6. This is like the confrontation of Luke and Vader, and then you actually see the Emperor's face. You know, it's like it's the climax of the entire series. And I think they did an amazing job of it, to be honest. Like I get like the Ewoks. Like some people don't like the Ewoks, but I thought they were cool and cute when I was a kid, I guess.
Yeah.
But as I kind of like what Gavin has talked about, like just the emotion behind like the lightsaber duels. I think of episode 6 when Luke is fighting his dad.
This
and
is
then,
about that
And then not
comic.
only that, but his dad fulfills the prophecy that was destroyed in episode 7, by the way.
Oh my gosh.
And
I
I think
feel
it was
like-
executed like flawlessly.
Was that your comment on the video about Black Hoodie Guy? That was me. They were like, he clearly never saw a single movie, has no idea what he's talking about.
I should have done that.
You should comment stuff like that. Honestly, I love
Reported
seeing
those.
those comments. I love seeing those comments. Because I was like, he needed to explain himself a little bit more. Because at first he just beat me down, which is fine. But now explain why. Because I'm curious. I want to know.
I and like just think of like the beginning of episode 6. Like how does it begin?
I like the beginning.
Yeah, we said the beginning of that
That's
was
the coolest
some of the
beginning.
best beginning moments of any Star Wars movie. Like
It's
that
like
was
Luke
awesome.
at his full potential, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we walked away with it being
He's a
like
little
the
edgy,
best
too.
beginning and best. Well, I said best like first 15 minutes, best last 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Like that was what.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
That was what we really appreciated.
Yeah, I said that mainly because one, the Ewoks, for me, they don't do it. The other thing, what happens in episode 6 other than Jabba's palace and the moon?
Luke goes back to Dagobah, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, Yoda dies.
Yeah, Yoda dies.
Yoda
That's
didn't have to die.
That's when Luke confronts Yoda about, oh, you knew Vader was my dad, and you didn't tell me.
We do get more story. A lot of the
Yeah.
context for this is
That's
interesting.
when Luke and Leia find out they're siblings.
This is interesting.
You know.
So, is that your next ranking? Is episode 5 after 6? Is that what we're?
No.
Okay.
I honestly, I know you guys loved episode 5, but that's a little lower for me.
A lot of people love episode 5.
I don't know why. Is that one of your favorites? or-
No, I don't think it. I can't remember now. I put so much thought into it now. I can't remember what my ranking was, but I always
Wait,
want to
rank
give it
it
away
right now.
No, they gotta go watch episode 3. Episode 3, go watch it of the Smith and Burke show. So
What happens in episode 5? Han Solo gets frozen in carbonite. Like
He also
kisses
Cloud
lava.
City. Cloud City.
Cloud City is the most boring part of the show, dude.
Hoth. Dude, that's literally Boba Fett. Anyway, Hoth, Dagobah, The weird worm on the
Alright.
freaking asteroid.
I think you need to calm down after
Yeah,
we rated
like,
episode 6
how
at
does
number 1.
What does it have to do with the entire story arc of Star Wars?
It was
How does
like,
that contribute to the overall story?
so this is why episode 5, in my opinion, off the dome. Off the dome. I'm thinking about it like this. Okay, episode 4. Great movie. Start to finish, completed.
Right.
Okay, now we're gonna have a sequel. All right, episode 5 begins. Okay, they're in space. Woo! All right, next. They're on this planet, and there's these probes, and we get to see all our favorite characters again, and they're happy, and they're all united. You know, we see Han, Leia, Luke. There was the whole Tauntaun thing. Like, it was just so entertaining. And then we get the invasion, right? AT-ATs, crazy. Okay? The whole Battle of Hoth is just awesome. We did not get any
It
of
is.
that Star Wars in Star Wars Episode 4. We didn't
Yeah.
really, like,
Yeah.
we didn't see the Rebel Resistance until Episode 5.
Right.
And Han's there. They still got the Falcon. Okay, we get to see more. It was literally like the perfect amount of more. And then we were like, I don't know, I wasn't there. And like I said, they were all ancient to me. But watching it, I'm thinking about it as like a second movie. You know how exciting that must have been to see Han Solo get taken away, and you're like, it's not a happy ending. There's gonna be another Star Wars.
That's true. Yeah, it did kind of have a sad ending. Yeah, that's when Luke got his hand cut off.
Luke got his hand cut off. Darth Vader said, "I am your father." Probably the most iconic Star Wars moment of all time.
One of the most iconic movie moments of all time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
That's
Literally.
true.
The
But-
battle between Luke and Vader, them actually like he meets Yoda, he learns how to be a Jedi, he fights in that cave.
You know, Zach, you haven't even let him say where he puts 5. It could be next. It could
It's
be.
not.
It could be his number 2.
My second favorite is
I'm
episode 5. No, no, it's not. I'm kidding.
oh okay.
No. My second favorite. It might be episode 3. Oh man. I think episode 4 is my second favorite.
Fair.
Episode 4, it's just the beginning of Star Wars.
I was gonna say if you
You
say
know.
episode 6 and then not 4, that would have
You already said
there would have
episode-
been
yeah.
some questions.
For
That's
me,
all I have to
okay,
say.
yeah. For me, it's episode 4. I think that's when like Luke's life turns around.
Well, it's the beginning of Star Wars.
It's the beginning of Star Wars. Yeah. What else happens in episode 4?
They blow up a Death Star.
Ben Kenobi dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, he leaves his home. You know, there's some mystique and some mystery because he's going on this journey where, with he doesn't know what's gonna happen. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
There's always, now that I'm thinking about it, there's always been some kind of like sidetracking death in every single movie. Let's think about this. I've never thought about it this way before. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Go ahead.
A sidetrack and death. Okay. All right. number 3. Oh, this is tough. Episode 3 is probably my number 3. I think.
I like
Okay.
this list so far.
Yeah, episode 3.
I have problems with 6 being strong.
The General Grievous.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I don't.
Obi-Wan rides the iguana.
Well, I mean, sorry, Gavin, but all of the lightsaber fights there are just crazy. Like,
Yeah.
sure, the symbolism is lacking a little bit, maybe,
You could have
but
said this to his face.
they are. I think I did.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but they're very entertaining to watch.
Yeah, episode. Yeah, I think as far as those lightsaber fights with meaning behind them, I think episode 3 is probably the only one in the prequel trilogy that had that.
That's
Definitely.
fair.
For them,
I would
I think.
And it's only the last one.
Yeah, there hasn't been one since. Maybe in the Clone War. Yeah, I don't know, but
Ugh.
yeah, episode 3. So what are we on? My 4th favorite. It's probably episode 5. I know I just shit on episode 5.
Silence.
I'm letting
So
I'm
we're-
letting it settle in.
So we're 6, 4, 3, 5.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
6,
can
4,
fully
6.
I can fully respect that. I'm
Yeah.
that's a great ranking in my opinion.
Yeah.
So you got 2 and 1. Where do they fit in there?
2 and 1. I think 2 is better than 1. In my
Yeah,
opinion.
I would
2 is better than 1. I do like 2 and 1. I do. But I think number 1 is a little boring.
I don't know. I
Anakin-
think I like 1 better than 2.
Do you really?
Maybe I'm just partial Liam Neeson. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then the Duel of the Fates fight. But yeah, I might like
Yeah.
1 better than 2. 2 just, I feel like the 2 has dragged so much in the middle. I know 1 does a little bit too, but I feel like there's just more dragging of 2 in the middle of that.
I will
would
tell.
agree.
I will tell you what. The thing about 1 is when that just drags for me, and it's such a minuscule moment. But to me, it just seems like I think about 1, and I think how boring that whole thing is, and it's not even that boring. But it's like right after they get back from Tatooine, and they're on Coruscant for that very short amount of time and Qui-Gon like calls Yoda and is just like, his midichlorian count is off the charts. I remember just thinking to myself like, well, can we just get to Darth Maul already? Like, why do I care? What's a
They've got the little
midichlorian?
hologram. He's like, that's a boat. That's a ship.
Yeah, like to me that takes forever.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
The whole vetting of Anakin with the council.
Yeah, and again with like the mystery of the sequel trilogy, everyone knew Emperor Palpatine.
I know.
Everyone knew that's who that was, and that's probably the biggest mystery of the prequels. It's the same actor. You know, you could just look at the cast list from Episode 6. It's the same dude.
Did you? Okay, because I know some people have had this experience. Did you just recently watch the prequels with your girlfriend?
Yeah, I watched all of them. Yeah,
All of them. She'd
yeah.
never seen them before.
No,
So did she know Anakin was Darth Vader?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, she didn't know that Luke and Leia were siblings. So
Oh.
that was a pretty good reaction.
Okay, I remember we was talking about this a little bit before, but I remember only one time in my entire life that somebody was watching Star Wars from start to finish with somebody that knew nothing about it, and their
Yeah.
mind was actually blown when they
Yeah.
saw that Anakin was Darth Vader. And I'm like, I envy that so much.
That would be crazy.
Because had I, yeah,
Yeah,
That would've been
be
crazy.
Cool. Yeah, I honestly like watching it with her. Like, kind of gave me a new perspective. Like watching it with somebody who was kind of experiencing it for the first time made me enjoy it more. So.
didn't episode 2 kind of feel like an information overload then of like the entire like structure of the solar systems and how large, like the outer rim, you're going to Camino.
It was kind of cool though. Like
Yeah.
it just felt huge.
Yeah. I
Episode
bet.
1 was the same way though, with all the politics and all the different. You know, like what the heck is the
Yeah.
Trade Federation?
Yeah.
Who is Naboo? What is Naboo?
That's
Like you
true.
don't like. There was too much stuff that gets dropped on you because I've always thought this is that the original trilogy feels so small. And whether it was intentional or because of limitations, but for being a galaxy, it's just really small. So he went way out and tried to expand it.
Yeah.
Okay, so like it's small, but it's also huge because they do hyperdrive a lot. You know?
They do, and,
They go into
but that's part of the
hyperdrive.
mystery, though.
And
You
that's
know,
what I love about
there's
it,
so much
exactly.
room left versus the prequels. It's like you know everything. You know how the politics work. You know that,
Yeah.
like, yeah, I don't know.
But I also want to say this because we're thinking about this from minds that are different from most. Like our minds are so generational. Like I'm saying, like Gen Z has a totally different perception of Star Wars than like like the millennials or the Gen Xers or the Boomers. And there is one reason for that: the Clone Wars.
yeah, that was big.
That was big. That literally, like, I think, like, you're gonna see so many Gen Zers as Star Wars fans to the level that we're all Star Wars fans because of that. Like, we're talking about this like it's just those 6 movies, but I know in our minds, the thing about the Clone Wars is like how you just said, the Trade Federation, the Coruscant Council, and all the politics. We go to every single planet in the Clone Wars.
And you know what I was thinking about when we were talking about the symbolism of fights was it actually wasn't the Clone Wars, it was Rebels. I'm sure you've seen the clips when Obi-Wan kills Darth Maul for real, you know, and the symbolism in that fight. That was pretty crazy, and like you know, somebody who doesn't pick up on that, they would look at that and be like, that was really dumb. Why wasn't there a super flashy lightsaber fight? But then when you know it was or have it explained to you at least, it's really, really cool. And that's just something that somebody who's only seen the 6 or the 9 movies would never understand because they haven't seen any of the animated stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. So, you say episode 6, episode 4, episode 3, episode 5, 2, and 1.
Yeah. I think that's pretty accurate. Yeah.
It differs.
Yeah, I think it's closer to mine than it was to you and Gavin's for sure.
Yeah.
Gavin just loved episode 5. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I understand why. I do. I
Yeah.
get that entirely. But episode 6, I'll give you, there's definitely a lot of good stuff in it in the first 20 minutes. The last 15. But I don't know if I can get behind.
Yeah.
How long is that movie?
Episode 6.
Yeah.
Would you say that Star Wars is like one of your favorite media properties? Are you like a bigger fan of something else? Is like, you know, or would you say Star Wars is like your main jam?
I like Star Wars, but I don't think I'm like a Star Wars guy where it's like, you know, I don't watch all the
You
shows and
strike
stuff.
me as a Lord of the Rings kind of guy.
That's
Yeah.
my top one.
Okay.
Really?
You were probably never allowed to watch Harry Potter. I can see that. You weren't, but maybe you were.
I think I was 13 and they started letting me watch it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
but never got too into that either, or
Oh, I'm pretty into the Harry
Okay.
Potter. I just
Okay.
read them like last year actually again.
okay,
Yeah, but I think Lord of the Rings is just the top
yeah.
Really?
of all tops. It's also one of the fewest movies. So it's
Yeah,
kinda
I
interesting.
remember we just went and saw Return of the King in theaters. That was crazy.
It was awesome.
I know. Return of the Jedi. Okay, so going back here real quick. So Return of the Jedi is 2 hours and 14 minutes long.
Hell yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, I'm just gonna say there's probably 45 minutes of good movie in there. Whereas episode
I don't
5,
know, man. I just
Episode
have to look at it
5.
scene by scene because, like, what happens in episode like they go to Hoth, I guess. What's Luke doing when they're in they're not Hoth?
Cloud
Endor.
City.
No, Cloud City's episode 5, right?
Yeah. Are you asking what?
I'm thinking about 6. Like, what's in the
Okay.
middle of episode 6?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what is it though? Like, there's something. I know they go to the hangout.
This is your favorite movie. Hang on. No, I'm kidding.
There's another battle.
There's another battle.
Yeah, during Luke and Vader's fight, and
Right.
that's how
They're on
tries to
Endor.
demoralize it. But all your friends are all going to die.
Yeah, they're all on Endor, trying to take down the shield generator because they built the Death Star, and they were like, they built a second Death Star.
We don't talk about the second Death Star.
We do because it's in the
Or the
movie.
third.
So we build a second Death Star. It's bigger than the first, but it's not finished. Don't do that. So, they built this Death Star, but they built a shield generator around it this time. So Luke can't fly in there and just blow it up like he did last time. They learned. They're evolving. So they built it next to this actual moon called Endor, or it's a moon of Endor, I think. And they put the shield generator on that. So they make all the rebels go to there to blow up the shield generator so they can take down the Death Star.
Gotcha.
That's the premise. So that's kind of my problem with it, is we already saw the whole thing happen. The only thing I will say, it is really awesome to see Luke balance the Force. Oh, I'm sorry, Darth Vader, by killing Emperor Palpatine.
All right.
But apparently he didn't even die.
Somehow you.
So is Anakin really the chosen one? Sorry, thanks Disney, you ruined that.
Don't even go.
I think we should before it gets a little too heated, maybe move along from Star Wars for a little bit.
Back to Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
Who
I'll
is your
move it to
favorite
that.
Lord of the Rings character, Zach?
Aragorn.
Yeah.
I think that's a
good.
pretty safe choice. I'm surprised you didn't say Gandalf. Though. Aragorn is everybody's
Yeah.
favorite. I mean, your favorite character is either Aragorn or like Legolas or Gandalf.
I don't know. I feel like your favorite character is Legolas if you're like 15 years old and don't really concept anything as cool other than arrows and knives. But
He doesn't speak a lot.
yeah, Legolas is not that. He's great, you know. He fills his role perfectly, but in terms of like characters, Aragorn all the way. Legolas is like he's. It's weird because he's supposed to be like 2,000 years old, and it's funny because they actually made him wiser in The Hobbit than they made him in Lord of the Rings. In Lord of the Rings, he seems like a young guy. Like Orlando Bloom was like. I don't
To
know,
be fair, he's also
20s.
around Gandalf quite a bit in the Lord of the Rings, and so Gandalf's kind of the top G.
He
Right.
was the king
But
of being wise.
You definitely
Yeah.
like. They definitely made him a rather rash elf.
He wasn't even supposed to be in the Hobbit.
I don't
That's
know
the
why they
worst.
did that.
I
But
don't know.
they made him a rash elf in Lord of the Rings. And it's cool, you know? I mean, like I said, you can identify with that if you're a young guy.
Yeah.
But like I feel like like Frodo too. I mean, okay. I'm gonna say in terms of character wise, it's gonna be Sam.
Yeah,
Sam is
yeah.
probably the best. Like not the best. Sam is my favorite character.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say
Yeah.
with Sam, and then honestly, I really like a combo that, but Merry and Pippin. You
Yeah.
know the
Comedic relief.
Yeah, for comedic relief. Like if I had I would lump those two together as my second favorite.
Yeah, I'm not retracting on my Aragorn statement though. Like
Yeah, he's pretty good.
he's my favorite entire like overall character. I know I just said it was Sam, but like it's Aragorn. Sam is great though. Like Sam definitely he played his role so well.
Yeah.
Sean Astin is Samwise Gamgee.
Yeah.
I thought he was the guy from Stranger Things.
I thought it was the guy from the Goonies.
Is Rudy.
He's a man of many masks.
He was Rudy.
Gollum.
He's
Shout
just
out
the
to Gollum, by the way. Gollum is
Andy
actually pretty
Serkis. Yeah.
cool. Yeah. Everyone loves Gollum, dude.
Not everyone.
You don't like Gollum?
I was thinking about it this last time watching it in theaters. Even I was like, man, I really just hate Gollum. But then,
Yeah.
that's
I
his
get
point.
that.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
point of Gollum.
Yeah.
And I was like, Gollum's so bad. Like you just want him to die.
He's a character you love to hate.
I
That's
know.
what that's. What
I
those
liked him when I
characters
was a
are.
kid. I don't know why. Probably because he was just creepy or whatever.
Yeah,
But
they're cool.
now I kind of get what you're saying. Though he's like I don't know, just
like a
pathetic.
Jar Jar.
He's pathetic, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's not though. I mean, he is, but he isn't. So that's what I was getting at. Let me finish that. Is like my synopsis of my experience of Return of the King in theaters. Okay, 25th anniversary. It was awesome. I'm sitting there watching Gollum. I'm like, man, I really just hate him. Like Sam, just cut his head off. Like Sam, just kill this stupid thing. You don't need him. And then I was like, wait, he does. You do need Gollum because Gollum destroys the ring. The ring.
Frodo would have done it.
No, he would never. Frodo puts it on and tries to run away.
Oh, I love that.
And
Have you
Gollum
seen
jumps
the-
on him. Gollum destroyed the ring.
Have you
But
seen
you
the?
can't say that Sam doesn't kill Gollum because Gollum doesn't. Yeah, I'm saying Gollum doesn't intentionally destroy the ring. Sure, he causes.
Frodo did push Gollum into the fire, though.
No, he didn't. I just watched this.
He tackled him.
He did not. Frodo
Gollum had the ring.
Frodo has the ring on his finger. Gollum bites the ring off his finger and falls off of him.
No.
Yes, I
I swear
literally
to God.
just
No.
watched this. I literally just watched this. What, you think Frodo turns around and is like, you meanie, and shoves him? No.
That's literally what happened.
No.
He bites.
I literally
Wait,
just
there's a
watched
scene where Frodo's on the ground with his finger. You remember
Yeah,
that
his
part,
finger's
though?
all bloody.
He's
and
already on the
Gollum
ground,
is
and
falling.
Gollum is like celebrating, holding the ring.
And he steps
And
off
then he
the
gets
ledge
tackled.
himself.
No, he gets tackled by Frodo. Remember, Frodo falls down, and
So
Sam
you're
has to
trying
pick him
put
up.
Gollum as the hero that destroyed the ring.
Kind of, but
So this is the thing. Gollum destroyed the ring, but out of his own selfishness.
Yeah, he didn't want to.
No.
So it kind of makes your point invalid. Of
No,
that,
it makes it totally valid. The ring doesn't get destroyed without Gollum.
So you think if Gollum, well, you shouldn't say if Gollum. You say if Gollum was never there, the ring would have never been destroyed.
Yep.
You don't think Sam would have helped?
Nope.
You,
Sam was sitting there crying.
Sam wanted to
Sam
die.
was sitting there crying. Frodo was running away invisible. Gollum, who knew how the ring worked, knew to look at where's the dust moving on the ground.
But this all goes-
That's where Frodo is. So he just jumps on Frodo, feels around for his hand, pulls it up to his mouth, and bites the ring off. And then he's holding the ring, looking up at it, like Matthew said, and then steps off the cliff.
No, because Frodo tackled. Why was Frodo hanging off the ledge? Why did Sam have to pick him up if he didn't also fall down the cliff?
What? Did that even happen?
You're gonna have to look at that scene real quick.
I
No,
know.
not right now if you don't. Want
I'm
to.
pulling it up right now.
Okay.
We're settling this. Jumping around, he's all happy. Okay, he stands up. Frodo looks pretty mad. Sam looks pretty crazy.
You get to watch that you were
And-
wrong in slow motion,
I
right?
am watching this.
we're gonna put this on the screen.
Okay. Frodo and Gollum are fighting. Frodo wants the ring back.
The man who just saw this,
They both fell off.
go back.
Yes. But Gollum wouldn't have fallen into the fire if Frodo
Yeah.
didn't tackle him.
Matthew's right.
Man who just saw it in theaters.
You should know that you should,
Wait,
you
wait,
should
wait,
not
let me
debate
say
on
this.
Lord of the Rings.
Matthew is right.
Remember last time you tried to differ?
What happened? What was I talking about?
You swore to God that Tom Bombadil was in the movies.
Oh, he's right. Yeah. Tom Bombadil in the movie. I bet him $100.
No, 200.
You were wrong.
Oh. Yeah, Lord of the Rings is top tier for me, I think.
No, that's fair.
I think just the archetypes of each like character, you know, there's like a different person for every like sin I guess, or almost too. Where you have like Gollum, who did fall, he never like came back, and then you have like characters who did screw up but kind of redeemed themselves too a little bit, you know.
Like Frodo and Boromir.
Yeah.
Did Frodo redeem himself?
No, not really.
Yeah, I didn't think he did either.
No.
Like, and that's kind of like the one thing. I don't know. Like, did you read the books? Did you?
No.
So, reading the books, refresh me, Lord of the Rings. So, do you hate Frodo as much in the books as you do in the movies?
Not even close. He's less of a wuss in the books by a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that goes to prove another point that I haven't brought up yet, but I would say Elijah Wood
It's a wuss.
was not the best Frodo.
Who would be better?
I'd have to look at the roster. I'd have to look at the roster.
I can't think of it.
People confuse him all the time with, I think, Tobey Maguire. People confuse him with.
What?
Yeah, they do.
Imagine if Tobey Maguire was
could he have
Frodo.
done? Could he have done?
No.
I think.
That blank Tobey Maguire stare.
Oh no. Oh no.
Gollum takes the ring. Punch me, I bleed.
Oh,
Great power.
I'm gonna put some Mountain Doom in your eye.
Oh.
Gonna cry?
Yeah, Caleb, I
That's
know you're
that's
into.
the Sam gonna cry as he puts the ring on.
Dude, Toby, that should totally be a Bully Maguire if it's not already. It's like Samwise Gamgee versus Bully Maguire.
Yeah.
That's-
Caleb, what's your number 2 like franchise?
Probably Harry Potter. Honestly,
Yeah.
I might put Harry Potter above Star Wars.
Yeah,
I definitely, though it's, and then Lord of the Rings, I've never been as much of a Lord of the Rings guy as like you guys
Are you guys
are.
thinking about like Lego Star Wars the video game, Lego Star Wars sets as your childhood,
Well, yeah,
running around with lightsabers as kids?
No, it was crazy. Yeah, you don't run. No, we didn't run around with wands. We ran around with lightsabers. But when I'm mainly just referring to the books and the movies. You know, which I don't know if you can even count Star Wars books, but
Yeah.
they're not canon anymore, so you can't really count them. But
Yeah.
I'm definitely, when it comes to, I'm listening to the books right now, so you know.
Okay, Harry Potter books are top tier. I mean,
They
they're both
are.
good. They're
As
both
far as-
really,
yeah.
really good.
Harry Potter is so good. The books. I think Harry Potter movies are probably the weakest of the 3.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But the
definitely.
books are like, yeah.
I would say Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Harry Potter.
It just overall favorites.
In terms of
For the movies.
In terms of yeah, it's fair.
That's definitely fair, yeah.
Yeah. In terms of books, Harry Potter.
Yeah.
They're better. I can read them so much
It's
easier. I would
really
say Harry
hard.
Potter, and then the richness of J.R.R. Tolkien, and then
Yeah.
whoever the heck wrote Star Wars.
I tried to read the Lord of the Rings books. They're just not.
It's different.
They're hard to get through.
They're
They
old.
really are.
They came out in like the 60s or something.
50s.
Yeah,
they were old. They are old.
So I looked it up. We got Fellowship of the Ring at 1954,
Okay.
and then Two Towers and Return of the King were both 1955.
Were they really?
Yeah,
Dude was
books.
pumping them out quick.
I don't know how we did that.
He probably had them all written out before. You know, he had most of the Two Towers and Return of the King written out before when the Fellowship of the Ring released. I think he started writing them way sooner than that.
I
I mean,
think
he'd
you're
been
right.
writing them for years. And
I know
years
The
and
Hobbit
years.
came out like 15 years before that or something.
Really?
It's like way older, I know. It was supposed to be a standalone children's book. Then he kind of built upon it.
What do you think's better?
Lord of the Rings, I think.
I think that's a pretty safe bet.
Yeah. I think when I was a kid, I liked the Hobbit movies better. I don't know why, but I did.
Okay, I didn't like the Hobbit movies better at all. But I have read the Hobbit. I think it's easier to read.
Yeah, it's a kid's book.
enough.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I read that book probably like 6 times throughout my high school years.
Yeah.
I think I've only read Lord of the Rings twice. But there's 6 books, so
Kind of, yeah, that is true. I was about to correct you, and I was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
They are split.
They are split.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think we're gonna call it. It's been real. It's been fun.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, guys.
No, absolutely. We need to have you again. We'll just deep dive into Lord of the Rings though,
Yeah.
because I think that's something we need to do. So yeah, everybody, thank you so much. This has been Matthew Young on the Smith and Burke Show.
He'll teach you how to fly a plane.
He
That's
can.
right.
Just don't drive across the parking lot with him.
Do you wanna give any information about that?
Any information? If you're thinking about doing it, go and do it. It's a lot of fun. Just contact your local airport. They'll set you up with a flight school.